Good morning. Drinking coffee out of my Don't Forget to Be Awesome mug and trying something different here. Just saying something before I turn on the, logo thing. People say that social media is for the young. Isn't it? Nope. Welcome to Nerdopause. So I've got a new thing going. I am trying to limit my jump cuts. So, jump cut is when I take a bunch of video of me talking to myself into my computer camera, and then I edit it by taking the pieces out that make me sound like a moron. I'm really good at making the interstitial noises of and and huh. So I'm trying to limit my use of interstitial noises, and I'm trying to limit my use of jump cuts. It feels inauthentic. We'll see if I'm successful. I really can't resist it because once you have the power. And I don't believe in doing this, I don't do a lot of altering this, digitally. I'm stuck with it. But I can try to make myself sound more intelligent. First off, we are 99.9999% of the way to being homeowners for the first time in our dubious little lives. And I will not tell you the city yet because I feel that any more information will jinx it. But we are this close. Right there. So it's very good. I'm extremely distraught that I have to pack again. I moved a lot of times. I did it! Why do I keep saying I have so many words. Why do I do that? Packing is terrible, and I would do the math for you, tell you how many times in my life I've moved, but frankly, it's boring, and I don't, I'd have to do tallies and get the paper. It's all that. I would like to share with you something that made me laugh yesterday. In the last 48 hours, in the last couple days, we have had the transcript of an interview come out for that President Trump had with Associated Press. And it is nearly incomprehensible in its festooned nature of sentence fragments and individual words and trailing off in mumblings. So, yesterday, former President Obama, spoke at the University of Chicago, I believe, and I did it again. He was quintessential Obama. He used all the great words, and he was personable and intellectual, and all the great things that many of us miss so much now. After he spoke, Andy Borowitz, who is a New York Times writer, and he's a best-selling author, and he's very funny, he wrote a little article entitled, I have to move my thing because I can't see it, Obama's Barrage of Complete Sentences Seen as Brutal Attack on Trump. This is satire, folks, okay? Makes me laugh, and I read it 3 times yesterday. So, I think Trump is aware that he is standing in President Obama's shadow in many ways. He keeps bringing it up in many of his talks and interviews. But this makes me laugh because it really is true that, whatever Trump does or doesn't bring to the job of being president of the United States, he is not bringing public speaking skills. And it's just a really funny report. And here's an excerpt. Appearing at his first public event since leaving office, Obama fired off a punishing fusillade of grammatically correct sentences, the likes of which the American people have not heard from the White House since he departed. Fusillade. It's just this little tiny, it's not even, it wouldn't even be a printed page. It's a little tiny thing. And Andy Borowitz packs so much wonderful, ironic, satirical joy into it because it's so true. And he's probably not far off the mark of how Trump felt. if he watched Obama's speech, and it was his first speech since Trump became president, it was, just, I love a good satire. I am now going to put this into the beginning of the next video, which is going to be about my weekend jaunt to C2E2, which is the Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo. I put an S on the end of that. Comic and Entertainment Expo. And it was a great time. It coincided with the March for Science. I could not attend both. I was at C2E2 in support of a friend who was speaking on a panel. It was a lot of fun. I saw some amazing things. I ate a pizza. Not a whole pizza. I ate a piece of pizza. They just have carbs there. Comics and carbs. That should be a convention. Comics and carbs. I mean, you could have just comics and graphic novels, all the things that were there, but just a lot more carbs. At any rate, have a good day. Okay, Nerdopausians, I am here at C2E2, the Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo, and it is insane. I'm over here in a corner. My closest person is somebody with pink hair and a dress that looks like a cupcake. I have taken pictures. I will share these with some voiceover. Everybody's kind of talking to themselves, and with all the costumes running around here, I don't think I'm the weirdest thing ever. The wonderful thing about anything like this is that people are enthusiastic, and my whole premise of Nerdopause is to embrace who you are, even if you're not a nerd or you don't self-identify as a nerd. Embrace the things that excite you. So there's a lot here to excite me, even though I am not a comic book collector, but I love graphic novels, and this is a really happy, exciting place to be. So enjoy my pictures, and if I find another spot or somebody to bring me out of my shell and convince me that I need to talk in the middle of a crowd, I'll catch up with you. As ridiculous as it seems to me now, I was actually concerned that I'd make people uncomfortable if I kept pointing my iPhone at them and taking photos and video. This was clearly an utterly ludicrous worry for me to have, since the whole point of doing cosplay is to celebrate and share one's love of a specific character, or book, show, movie, comic, graphic novel, or other fandom. Walking around the main floor of the conference hall made me feel this odd sense of wistful gratitude. Within a few minutes, it no longer seemed odd to me to see Spider-Man engaged in a deep conversation with a stormtrooper and a woman dressed entirely in green body paint and strategically placed silk plants. And it didn't matter if I had to duck around a man wearing a costume that included handmade feathered wings that spanned 8 feet side to side. The person in the 7-foot-tall Iron Giant costume, casually leaning against a wall, eating a hot dog, did not faze me. This was all good. These folks were happy, celebrating things that made them happy, surrounded by people who were accepting, even if they didn't always understand the whys of the costume these people wore. And I felt a lot of gratitude that there was a place people could do this. At the same time, I kind of felt a little wistful and sad, or maybe a lot wistful and sad, that outside the walls of the convention center, people in general weren't nearly as open-minded. Seems we live in a world where hiding inside a fictional character is more accepted than simply being our true selves. At any rate, you have seen me babble, you have seen me drink coffee out of my Don't Forget to Be Awesome mug, and you have seen my dubiously dubious footage of C2E2 from this last weekend. Until next time, be nice to each other, take care, and stay nerdy.